This is Joe from He Said, She Said, and it's so funny that before I hit record, before I begin these videos, I always start off with a prayer. And I always ask for God to use me and speak to me and through me to speak to someone out there that needs to hear from Him. And in those moments, it's usually something that He's given me beforehand. But today was a little different. Today, I didn't hear something before I hit record. So I'm just speaking. I'm just talking. I'm talking to you. And the things that are coming to me now as after I've hit record is go. G-O. It's such a simple word. It's such a simple operative word that we say on a daily basis. But are we really going? Where are we going? Are we ever going to go based upon what we know? Have we been stopping? Have we been slowed down by the people that are around us, by the circumstances that we've been in? Has that hindered us? Or have we hindered us? Have we begun to doubt? Have we begun to become fearful? Have we been able to lose our own confidence because of what's in front of us? Have we stopped looking up and continue to focus on the things that are around us? Have we stopped hearing what God is trying to tell us? Listen, I don't know who I'm talking to or where this is going, but I understand that when God says go, we got to go. When He says no, that means no. When He says wait, it makes the most sense for us just to wait. And the more and more time we spend with Him, the easier it is for us to know when it's Him or when it's them. And when I say them, I'm talking about, people around us and the devil. It's so easy for us to be able to know after a while. It takes time. I'm still learning. Because sometimes in my own mind, I'm like, God, I want to do it this way. Well, people around me telling me to do it this way. Is this you or is this them or is it just me? It's so many different variables. But it's so easy for us to be detoured. It's easy for us to turn off the GPS when we feel like we know the way. Have you ever been to a place that you've been to before, you felt like you've been to before, you get a familiar feel, then you turn off your GPS, and then you're lost again? That's what we do with our lives. But when in those moments, we have to know when God says go or when He's saying no. And the key in learning that difference is spending time with Him. You will not learn that without spending time with Him. And how do you spend time with Him? Just having a conversation. Like, God, I know I had a bad day today. How can I look at the good things? Or what can I do to turn this into a better day? Or how can I prepare for tomorrow? What have I missed from the lessons that you've been trying to show me? What doors are open and I'm not recognizing that it's open? Just a simple conversation. Some people mask it as thinking out loud. I do it a lot. I live alone, so I just talk. And then speaking, I'm speaking to God. It's a conversation. When you pray, it's nothing more than a conversation. I know a lot of times we try to, but there's ways that we can dress it up. At the end of the day, it's just a conversation. And how do you converse? Just like I am right now, to this camera. I'm talking, but I'm reaching as I'm talking. I'm encouraging you to go, and to know when to go is the key. How do you know when to go? Again, it goes back to the same thing. Spending time with God, understanding when He's speaking, and understanding when He's telling you not to go. That's the hardest thing for us to do as a society, is for us not to go, especially when the coast seems clear, when we say it's clear. But who are we listening to? Us or Him? Simple as that. So as you're continually learning this process, as you're continually going through this process, I encourage you, reach out to those around you. Build up your community. Get around people with like minds that are going the same way. If they're going the opposite way, if you're wanting to go straight and they're wanting to go left, how can you ever walk straight? Eventually, you're going to curve or bear off to the left, and then you're in a detour mode. Then you're having to find your way back straight. So it requires a level of self-examination. And I encourage you to continue examining yourself, because once you find yourself, once you find who you are in Him, it's easy for you to see Him in other people. So just know that when you don't know when to go, it's normal. It's normal, and in doing that, in knowing that, it's easy for you to be able to rely not on you, not on your own knowledge, but on what you're hearing from Him. And the wisdom that you'll exhibit or that you'll gain is wisdom from God.